have to give it like 10 minutes or 5 minutes to let it be posted online. So that might be maybe a reason why. I don't know. Okay. All right. So this is where we last left off, right? We just finished entering in our computer and our printer from yesterday. We went to the store and we purchased a computer and printer, and we found out that because they're fixed assets, we need to distribute the tax amongst both of them to figure out what the total cost of the asset is, right? And yes, so now continuing on, it's still Wednesday, the 5th of June, and we decided to pay liability insurance for 12 months starting on June 5th of 2020 for the total amount of $2,350, okay? Issued check paid to Sargent Insurance Company, all right? Policy number 884513. Okay.
Okay.
So what did I do here?
Okay, you're paying liability insurance for 12 months,
Okay.
starting on the 5th for the amount of 2,350. So, let's see. So, would it be insurance expense?
It would be insurance expense. Good. So, all right. But remember, just like the rent, right?
Right.
The insurance expense is only for the current month. So in this case, this insurance expense is only covered for the month of June.
Mm-hmm.
So insurance expense 6,400. Okay, so that's for the first month of insurance. Okay, what happens to the rest of the month's insurance?
Then it's going to be prepaid.
It would be a prepaid, right? Because we paid for the whole year. So in this case, it would be a prepaid. Good. And how did we pay it?
With a check.
With a check. Okay. All right. I think there's a glitch on my system here. Okay, there we go. So we got checking. Okay, so we got checking, we got prepaid. Um,
And
Hold on, I'm looking for prepaid. Prepaid
and
should be okay.
and insurance.
And insurance expense. Right. So okay. Okay. So in this case, right? insurance expense. I paid 12 months for a total of $2,350. So, how much is it going to be per month?
Let's see.
How much is it going to cost me per month?
Okay. It's $2,350 a month.
$2,350 for 12 months.
So it's $195.83.
Good. So then how much is it going to be for 11 months?
Mm. $213.66 point 636363.
Okay? So because you paid $2,350, right? You could
Right.
just go ahead and just subtract that 1 month.
Okay.
And you'll get $2,154.17. So
Okay.
I so in this case, right? I wrote a check. Where do we need to go?
Into checking.
You need to go. How do I know what check number?
You go to your check register.
You go to your check register. Good. Okay. Today's the 5th. You paid $2,350. To who?
Sergeant Insurance Company.
For what?
The 2350.
For what?
Well,
Like, what reason?
liability insurance.
Okay, good. So what check number did I write? Check number 1503. Okay. So we wrote a check to Sargent Insurance Company. Okay. Well, what was my proof of a transaction?
Uh, it would be your check number.
Okay, good.
The policy number.
And the policy number, okay? So I'm going to put ahead policy number 884513. Okay, check. In this case, I'm going to make a note here that I bought 12-month insurance. Check number 1503. Okay, good. So now that I finished my journal, I'm going to go to my ledger. So first thing I have here is insurance expense. It's supposed to be this one right here. I accidentally cut off. Oh wait, insurance expenses right here. Right? Liability insurance for June. Still on General Journal page 1 for $195.83. Okay. We also did a prepaid insurance, which is an asset because we own the insurance policy for the next 11 months because we already made a payment to it already.
Can you go back to the, once you, put that in, can you put that, insurance expense back up for me, please?
You got it, Tommy?
Uh-huh, yeah, I'm good. Okay,
Then we're going to go to my prepaid accounts. We're going to identify that we had advance payment for a liability insurance. 11 months at $195.83 per month. Okay. General Drill page 1. We're still on page 1 here. For a grand total of $2,154.17. So in this case, I'm adding to my prepaid accounts. Right?
okay.
So in this case, what should be my total account balance in my prepaid accounts? If I'm adding another $2,154.17.
$6,654.17.
Good. Okay. Yes.
What was that last one?
Prepaid accounts.
I know, but the 6,000.
$6,654.17.
Okay, where is that?
Okay, $6,654.17 for prepaid accounts. And we wrote check number 1503. Okay, still on the first journal. How much did we pay the liability insurance for?
Uh, 2350.
$23.50. So how much should I have in my checking account now?
13,900 and nope, nope.
That's the previous balance. I haven't pressed enter yet.
$11,561.
Good, and 29 cents. Good. So we finished the journal, we finished the ledger. So I need to go to the subsidiary ledger because I just got some insurance. I need to make sure I record that this insurance policy is there for any reason that the insurance company, something happens, right? Yes.
What was the last check for 2,000?
The last check was for $2,350.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we gotta go look up our vendor because we want to ensure that our insurance company goes through. Right? Description, I could say it's a 12-month liability insurance. You could say it's $195.83 per month. And then you can say you made a payment using check number 1503. What's my invoice number?
Would it still be the policy number?
It can be the policy number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Post reference. We're still on our first journal. Insurance companies, okay, sometimes they'll give you some terms, sometimes they don't. So in this case, nothing here because we paid for insurance for the whole year. No prepaid. How much was my total bill amount?
It won't, it'll be 2350.
$23.50. Okay. Did we have any returns to the policy? Any discounts? And did we make any payments?
Right.
Did we make any payments?
Yeah, the 2350.
Yep, we paid for the full $2,350. Right? We paid it with the check number 1503. So in this case, right?
Right.
How much do I owe Sergeant Insurance?
Nothing.
You owe them nothing. So in this case, invoice minus prepaid minus returns minus discounts minus payments will give you a total of nothing. You owe Sergeant Insurance nothing. However, in case there's something that went wrong, you would be able to pull up this policy number and figure it out. Okay? So now we're completely done with that transaction. So let's go ahead and see what happens next. So we're at the very bottom of page 1. Okay, so let's see what happened next. Okay. So it says here, we decided on June 6th to apply for a business credit card from National Bank here. So what happened here?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? We just simply applied. We don't even know if we got approved yet because there's a whole process of applying for a credit card, right? You need to
Right.
get approved through your credit score, and then if you do get approved, then you get to know how much your credit limit is, what's the terms, when it's due, how much interest, when are your payments, all that information. Okay. So it says Maine Bank of Nevada approves of your line of credit for $10,000, okay? To be applied on overdraft overdraft protection. And of course, if you want to take personal loans, to be taken out at $1,000 increments. Okay? Terms and interest rates are 22% applied to unpaid balances, amount compounded every day.
Where are you? Oh, okay. I see it. So, so you say it's a line of credit?
Mm-hmm. So what happened to this? So it's a $10,000 line of credit that is to be applied on overdraft for overdraft protection, and if you want to take personal loans up to $1,000.
So would it be under business loan?
It's not a loan.
Okay, line of credit, line of credit.
Okay, this is a line of credit, $10,000 from Maine Bank of Nevada.
Okay, would it go into equity?
Okay, is it? Okay, let's look at this. You get a $10,000 credit limit line
Right.
for overdraft protection and for personal loans to be taken out at $1,000 in increments. So, okay, so this line of credit, right? What is it for?
Uh, for overdraft protection.
Okay, so
So would it go to your checking?
no, because there's a condition that needs to be met. Did we tap into this line of credit?
No, we haven't as of yet.
As of yet, good. Second thing too is if we were to overdraft our bank or take a loan out, there is a consequence, right? We have to be subjected to interest, right?
Right.
But in this case, have we overdrafted our bank or take any personal loan out?
No.
So what does this transaction do for you?
Okay, it would be a liability.
Well, did we tap into this money yet?
No.
What is it? You have to have a condition that's met. Are we borrowing the money?
Yeah.
Did we take a personal loan out?
No.
So that means you don't owe the
So
bank anything?
So, let's put it this way. Uh, so bingo entry.
Yes, there'd be no entry because this $10,000 is backup money, right? It's backup just
Right.
in case you overdraft your bank and if you want to take money as a personal loan. But if you take the money as a personal loan, then you're going to get subjected to that 22% interest. Now, do we
Right.
need to take a loan?
No, not right now. At this moment, no, not right now.
No, because the condition is you have to spend the money. Have we spent the money yet? Is there a transaction at hand?
No.
No. All you've been doing is you've been approved it. So this is a emergency money, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
in case you don't have enough money in the bank or in case you need to take a personal loan. So in this case, did you take any money? Did you overdraft your bank?
No.
So what a line of credit does is, so for instance, right, since we are a business and we're writing checks left and right, if we accidentally have an NSF, what happens?
We recharge that fee.
We be charged that fee, but also this $10,000 limit is going to help you protect your bank, right? And
Right.
they will process it through. You just have to pay it back with interest. So in this case, this $10,000 has to be met with the condition. And we didn't take a personal loan. So in this case, where did this $10,000 money go? Well, you haven't done the criteria. You haven't met the condition. So in this case, you are not going to journalize anything. However, this information is very important. It's important for you to know in case you do get overcharged or overdrafted, and in case you do decide to take a personal loan. So, where would I be able to put this? What was that
Oh,
principle called?
that's one of our gap principles, right?
It is one of the gap principles, correct?
Would it be monetary?
Mm-mm, no. I have extra pertinent information about a transaction. That is very important, but I don't journalize it.
Oh.
So there's pertinent information, right? Okay, so let's go through the gap again. Okay?
Okay.
It's is it business or economic entity?
Yes.
Why? Is this a definition between a business and a personal transaction?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, you have the option of using the funds for your business, but it has to be separated.
Okay, so no, because this is a line of credit for your business. So no, it has nothing to do with you separating your business and your personal life or personal expenses. Okay. Is it monetary assumption? We said no to that because in this case, you already know what that $10,000 is for. What are you measuring? You're not really measuring anything, right? It's already
Right.
in the dollar form. Is this an accounting period? This has nothing to do with the accounting period because this doesn't tell you that you need to take $10,000 and divide it by the 12 months that you have. This yeah, and then is this a going concern?
Yeah.
What is going concern?
Would it be the day-to-day business accounts?
All right. So in this case, no, it's none of those. It's not historical cost because you're not buying anything. And then the next one is I'm trying to think, sorry. This isn't a revenue recognition because what are you comparing to? This is not a matching principle. Is this an adequate disclosure?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because adequate disclosure, what is the definition of adequate disclosure? Can you tell me?
Not right offhand.
Okay, adequate disclosure is when you have extra information about a particular transaction, even though you are not going to incur the transaction. You can't put this information in your journal. Where do you need to put it? You need to put it in the financial statements, notes to the financial statements. Because this transaction, this information that you're given will affect in case you do have that transaction go through. This gives you terms that if in case you do go over your bank account, you have a $10,000 credit limit and you also will get charged that 22% interest. So this is pertinent information pertaining this exact example, right? Where in case you do end up overdrafting your bank, what happens? You need to know you're going to get charged that 22%. Same thing if you take a personal loan, or personal, the personal loan out, right? You're
Right.
gonna get hit with that 22% interest. It is definitely going to affect your business transaction if you meet this condition. So in this case, this is adequate disclosure where you need to put this somewhere, and we put it in the notes to the financial statements. Now in this case, you don't have a notes to the financial statements, so I'm gonna go ahead and have you guys just put it into your subsidiary ledger, right? Because
Right.
who authorized this for you?
Uh, Maine, Bank of Nevada.
Good. So in this case, I need to put this in my notes to Maine Bank of Nevada because they are the one that's issuing me. They're going to be the one that's billing me in case I do end up overdrafting or in case I do take a personal loan. So here, Maine Bank of Nevada. You don't necessarily have to put the date, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. Okay. Now, this one, you're not going to owe Main Bank of anything, right? This is just extra
Right.
information that you should know. So, in this case, you're going to have line of credit for $10,000, right? And the condition is for overdraft protection and personal loans up to $1,000 increments. And then we said that if we do, then we are going to get subjected to a interest of 22%. Right? Post reference, we never journalized it, so in this case, there's no post reference, right? Because we haven't overdrafted, we haven't received a bill from Maine Bank of Nevada to let us know. Okay. Right? We never received a bill because all we did was get approved.
Right.
Okay. All right, so let's look at the next example, right? We're going to create our first purchase order here. Purchase order number 170301 to Furniture Store. We're going to be purchasing a desk set costing $562, and that was what the quote was. Now remember, because we bought a computer and a printer, where are we going to put it on? We need to buy a desk. So in this case, that's exactly what we did. We decided to order a desk. Right? So what do we do here?
So you're gonna have a purchase expense.
Okay, so remember, in accounting, we use purchase expense for inventory. Is a desk set going to be something that we sell?
Yes, so it's gonna be your asset.
Okay, so no, it's not going to be something we sell. And yes, it's going to be a fixed asset. Yes. Now, in this case, we made a purchase order to Furniture Store. So do I need to record this transaction?
Yes,
Why?
because you're using cash.
Did I
You're dipping into your account.
does it mention anywhere of me making any form of payment?
No,
Okay. So is there a transaction at hand?
no, it hasn't. You haven't gotten the transaction yet.
What do you mean by that?
You're just saying that you're making a purchase, but you actually haven't purchased it until you received it.
Correct. This is a purchase order. All you're doing is you're asking Furniture Store to buy a desk. They haven't shipped it to you yet. They haven't billed it to you yet. You haven't even paid it yet. All you are quoted is that it's going to be roughly $562. Okay, we haven't even talked about shipping yet. And in this case, that is correct. Now, you don't need to journalize it because you haven't received it yet. This is called a non-posting transaction because you just ordered it. Now, can Furniture Store not send you it? Would you still record it? What if they never receive your purchase order and they never send you out the desk?
Okay, you still don't have to record it
Exactly.
until you receive it.
Exactly, because in this case, this order, you can cancel it. You can cancel it. If it never arrives, you can cancel it. At this point in time, a transaction has not been made, right? They didn't complete their services. You didn't pay them in advance. You just simply send them a quote or sorry, you just send them a request to order something, and it's up to them to send out the item to you and bill you. So in this case, I am not going to record this transaction. However, what should be rule of thumb? If you're going to be making a bunch of purchases, what should you do?
You need to fill out the purchase order for it, right?
Correct. You need to fill out a purchase order because what are you going to be responsible for? You need to make sure that every order that you send out, you receive it. Because if you're just going to be requesting, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, once everything starts to come in and you're confused because you don't know what you bought, then that's not a good idea. Especially if you buy too many things at once. How are you going to keep track of it? How are you going to verify that your purchase order has been fulfilled? You need to keep track of it. And how do you keep track of it? It's going to be in your purchase order. So this one, if you're using the Word document, it's going to be in your check register / deposits one. Okay, your purchase order is going to be in there. Okay, so today is the 6th of June, I believe. Okay. We're going to order one desk set from who? Who's going to be our vendor?
Furniture store.
Okay. What did we buy?
Desk set.
How many?
One.
And how much is it? Did they quote me for?
$562.
$562. So therefore, your total amount should be $562. Okay. So then when you receive it, that is when you're going to also report that you did receive the item. Okay? And to better record that, right? You're also going to recognize which invoice it came with. So that way you can check mark off your purchase order there. Okay? All right. So now that I filled my purchase order, okay, I'll give you some extra time here.
And then when you receive your purchase order, then that's when you put the date received and the invoice number.
Correct.
And then you can record it in your journal.
Correct.
I mean, ledger.
Journal. Correct.
Journal.
Is everybody good so far?
Yes.
Okay. So then, right, that very same day, we forgot to add something else to our purchase order, so we just sent out a new one. Okay. We also looked into the I don't know, those books that you get that you can order stuff off of. Maybe you
Yeah.
look through it and you're like, oh, I should also order a counter and some display shelves. So you decided to just do a second purchase order instead of revise the first one. So in this case, I wanted a counter for $1,000.33. And then I wanted 5 display shelves, right? Each costing $102 each. Grand total was $1,543. Okay. Since I have my purchase orders already open, I'm going to go ahead and put that in here for my second purchase order. Okay. So I'm going to buy a counter. And I'm going to buy some display shelves. Okay, so I'm going to buy one counter for $1,033. Right? And then I'm going to buy 5 display shelves at $102 each. So in this case,
510.
$510. So your grand total is $1,543. Okay, so you were you able to finish the filling out the purchase order?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So let me know so I can move along. Right. Okay. So it says here, right? We electricity is going to be connected. $100 deposit is required, payable to NV Utilities. Okay. Invoice number 502. Right. So let's read this again. Electricity is connected. $100 deposit is required. Okay. Make it write a check payable to NV Utilities. Okay. For invoice number 502.
Okay. So you having a utilities expense?
In this case, no.
No.
What is different between the utilities expense and this thing right here? What are they requiring you to put?
Okay, you have to do a deposit.
We're going to be doing a deposit, right? So oftentimes, right, when you rent out a place, they require you to put a little deposit to ensure that there's someone there to turn on the electricity for, right?
Right.
And then, of course, oftentimes that $100 deposit usually comes back to you or pays it for you for like whatever credit month or whatever you want to use that deposit for. But this is just to ensure that there's someone there to turn on the electricity for. Okay? You're not getting billed because how does utilities work?
Monthly.
Yes. And how does it charge you?
Your usage.
Your usage. We just started the company. How are they charging me $100 for not even for not even opening my store yet? So this $100 deposit is once again to ensure that when they turn on the electricity, someone's there. Right? So this is a deposit. Okay? So we do have deposits. We've already looked at it before. It's $18,700. And how did we pay?
By check.
Right, because we don't carry cash on us, right? So how would we pay that $100? We would have to pay out of our checking account. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Okay, so here it is June 6th, and we're making a deposit, right? So that's gonna increase our deposits, and we're writing a check, so that's gonna decrease our checking account. Now, how much was that amount for?
$100.
Okay. So, I need to cut my check. Okay. You wrote it for $100. To who?
Nevada Utilities.
Nevada Utilities. Okay. What for?
To turn on your electricity.
Yep, electricity deposit. So we wrote check number 1504, right, to NV
Right.
Utilities. Right? We did this for what was proof of the transaction?
Invoice 502.
Okay. Okay. With the check number 1504. Okay. So now that I finished my journal, I'm going to go to my ledger to update my accounts because I just wrote another check out. So I'm going to go to my deposits first. Okay, here's your deposits. This is an electricity deposit. For $100. So therefore, how much should I have in my deposits account?
2150?
2150. Where's 2150?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Okay.
It's 1600.
1600. Okay. And since I wrote my check out, I also need to update my checking account.
Hmm?
Right? I wrote check number 1504. I'm still on my first page of my journal, and I cut a check for $100. So how much money should I have in my bank account now?
Yeah. 1140, 11, 11,461.19.
29. We're at 29 cents.
Okay. All right, yeah. Okay, 11,461.21. 29 cents.
Mhm. Okay. So, because we have to deal with NV utilities at one given point in time, right? But we also have to make sure that our deposit went through so the electricity can be turned on. So in this case, I need to go ahead and put this in my subsidiary ledger, okay, for NV utilities, which should be right underneath Main Bank of Nevada.
Hmm?
So it's today's the 6th. What happened here? We had an electricity deposit. And we wrote a check for 1504. Did we get an invoice number?
Um, 502.
Yes, invoice number 502. Post reference, it is still first page. No terms yet because we haven't received a bill because, again, this isn't a bill. This is a deposit, right? So in this
Right.
case, there is no bill because it's based on the usage. We just started our company. We're opening our business right now. We need to turn the lights on to be able to, fix the store, right? We need to be able to see. So in this case, no, we didn't receive a bill, so there's no terms, due dates, or anything. Now in this case, the invoice amount, how much did they bill you for the deposit? $100. Okay. Any refunds, discounts, and did you make a payment?
$100.
Yes, you did. Right. You wrote them a check. So in this case, how much do you owe NV Utilities?
Nothing as of yet.
Yes, nothing as of yet. So in this case, there you go. So subtract all of these to get 0. Okay. Okay. I'm going to stop here. And then when we come back, we'll finish up the rest. Okay. All right. So we're going to go on a quick 20-minute break here.